A young boy looking through the window calls his mother to tell her that he saw a light in the sky, but she tells him that they are far to see the light and orders him to get ready.
I want you up and out of here in 1 minute. Starting now.
A man named Mitchell goes to Fort Haven, a settlement on the planet Carpathia. Humans had fled from Earth and migrated to Carpathia in the promise of a new life. Mitchell meets with Richard and Stella. They are not happy that he brought his weapons inside the settlement, which starts an argument.
Don't tell me my job.
To research the planet and its resources.
After this, Richard goes to the control room to talk to a captain who managed to make contact after 5 years.
Years waiting and hoping for more arrivals. We thought there would be no more arrivals.
Mitchell goes home to Karina and his son, Linus. He tells her about the weapon ban. Later, as they talk, Mitchell suspects that Karina is about to betray him.
You would never betray me.
In Fort Haven, Karina is attacked by someone. A young drug dealer who she was about to arrest is a suspect.
We do have another suspect.
Who?
Tipper Malone.
The suspect is interrogated, but he denies getting involved. Meanwhile, the captain in the ship calls Richard to tell him the passengers are panicking. Richard calmly addresses the passengers, telling them that they are waiting for them.
But my voice will always be beside you.
Stella used a device to interrogate the man and discovered he was telling the truth. Karina's friend, another PS officer, Fleur, goes to Mitchell's workplace, but she couldn't find him. Jack defends Mitchell.
I'll tell you this, you come after Mitchell and there's going to be a fight.
Later, Richard confronts Mitchell. Mitchell was planning to leave Fort Haven, but he was also going to steal everything he needed from Fort Haven. Karina was spying for Richard, and that is why Mitchell attacked her.
Well, she really did tell you everything, didn't she?
And you certainly made her pay for it.
Once again, Mitchell turns aggressive and attacked Richard, but Cass walks in. He attempts to flee, but is caught by an officer. With no other choice, he shoots the officer and escapes.
Too late now, though, isn't it?
Linus is with his teacher, learning. After escaping, Mitchell goes to the teacher with a gun to pick up his son. Jack meets Mitchell to tell him what is going on. Mitchell orders him to tell everyone to meet him by the lake because he is not backing down.
Tell everybody else I'm waiting.
After this, Jack goes back to Fort Haven and makes a deal to give up Mitchell. Following this, Cass and Fleur go out of the fence looking for Mitchell. Later that night, someone pulls Fleur out of the tent, dragging her on the ground. Cass quickly gets on his feet and shoots the person, but the person escapes to the forest. The next day, Mitchell sits next to Linus as he is sleeping. He tells him how much he loves him and then slides his hand to his mouth to suffocate him. Meanwhile, the ship that is coming to Carpathia is about to cross the new Pacific Zone to enter Upper Caledonia. Suddenly, the communication is disconnected.
Protocol's not working. We've got a stress burn in our right. It's abnormal, Cap.
Cass and Fleur find Mitchell. He pulls his gun and lashes out at them, saying humans can't live in peace. Fleur acted fast and shot Mitchell, killing him instantly. She runs to Mitchell and is relieved to find him okay. Back in the control room, the ship made contact again, but it was only to have a last word. The ship explodes before reaching Carpathia. At the same time, Karina dies. Some survivors from the ship come down with emergency subshuttles. A young girl, Lily, who survived the crash, stumbles out of the ship disoriented. As she is sitting on the ground, the ACs, genetically altered humans, led by a man named Rudy, see her. Rudy then orders his men to get her.
Go and get her.
The other survivors reach Fort Haven. Stella asks the newcomers if her daughter, Lily Eason, was with them.
Lily Icy. I'm looking for my daughter. Did you know her?
Rudy takes Lily to their shelter and demands medical help for his sick child in exchange for her safe return.
The baby's ill. If she doesn't get better.
Cass, Fleur, and Jack head out to search for her. Meanwhile, another survivor, Julius Berger, is accused of murder by a young woman named Aisling.
She was on the transporter. She'd be about your age. Maybe you knew her?
The group reaches the ship to find survivors, but there is no one. Suddenly, they are ambushed by the ACs. Rudy demands for his child to be taken care of and to talk to Richard.
I want Richard Tate.
Fleur takes the baby back to Fort Haven, while Cass and Jack stay behind with Lily and Rudy. At the settlement, Fleur learns disturbing details about the ACs. Years ago, after a deadly virus called C-23 took Richard's children, he discovered its link to the ACs. He ordered their elimination, but Mitchell disobeyed, letting them escape into the wilderness.
No.
It's true. I ordered Mitchell to take the aces out and kill them.
Richard goes to talk to Rudy. Rudy tells him they weren't the ones who brought the virus. He orders them to bring his child alive next time, or he will kill the hostages.
The bodies of the 3 hostages will be found hanging where everybody can see them.
The AC baby is eventually cured, but the exchange falls apart. Jack mistakenly believes Rudy is about to attack, triggering a violent clash. In the chaos, one of the ACs is killed, and the humans keep the baby. When Lily comes back, she coldly tells Stella she is not her mother and walks away.
You're not my mother.
Later, as Richard and Stella are observing the baby, Richard mentions their birth rate is declining. He thinks the baby can be their future.
This baby could be the key to our future.
Cass is angry that Fleur is going to take the baby back to the ACs alone. When he asks Richard about it, he plays it down.
Fleur volunteered. It's a risky move, but it might also help us repair some damage.
Nonetheless, Fleur takes the baby out alone. While out, she noticed a strange dome-like structure. Meanwhile, Tipper is called in to help Stella decipher data that was sent to them. It is data that a professor from the previous transporter sent.
Data, which might have a very important message for us.
Fleur hands the child to Rudy. He promised he wouldn't hurt her. She then sits with him as he tells her how their execution was going to happen.
They lined us up. Mitchell raised his gun.
Lily goes to Stella, telling her she wants to give her a chance to explain. Meanwhile, Tipper triggers Cass by reminding him of his kill.
You'll see what a brutal thug I can really be. I'm sorry.
Tipper goes back to his station and starts transmitting an emotional message over the radio. Cass runs to his house and stumbles upon Trix, a woman from his past who is now engaged.
Oh, he's not one of your patients, is he?
Confidential.
Her fiancé, Leon, is sent on a mission to secure the Earth beacon. Back in Fort Haven, Jack reveals a strong storm is incoming.
Birds going crazy, lakes moving, sand genies.
Tipper finally agrees to help them and tells them about the storm that is going to affect them. It is 5 times bigger than the other storms.
What, 5 times bigger than a normal whiteout? That's massive, isn't it?
Richard announced a level 3 lockdown. Fleur goes to Richard and tells him he should come clean about his orders to kill the ACs back then.
And people deserve the truth. And we're stronger now than we've ever been.
Outside, Leon's partner is pinned under falling debris. Leon refuses to leave him behind, even as the storm gets worse.
Don't be stupid! You can get out! There's the next outpost.
Trix pleads with Cass to bring her fiancé back. Cass agrees and heads out into the growing storm.
Then I better hurry up then, right?
The storm is getting stronger, and Cass reaches the place where Leon and his partner are. They struggle to get him out, and he forces them to leave him and escape.
Go, you bastards, go! We got to get out of here! Go!
Julius defies Richard's orders and addresses the public directly, taking advantage of the chaos to elevate his position.
We are tiny and insignificant in the presence of your power.
Cass falls and Leon attempts to drag him, but the storm was coming their way. Cass tells Leon to leave him, and with no other choice, he does. Rudy finds Cass on the ground and takes him to his base. The next day, Cass comes to Fort Haven carrying the body of Leon's partner. Richard makes a calculated move and tells Stella he is going to keep Julius within the ranks of leadership, believing it's better to manage him closely than let him stir unrest from the outside.
I'll always go the extra mile to find some common ground.
Richard then finally reveals his decision to eliminate the ACs back then. With the danger over, Leon and Trix get married. Later, Richard tells Julius of his decision to give him a place in council.
That we will be alongside each other.
An AC named Elijah has wandered into Fort Haven after surviving the whiteout. Jack sees him approaching, but Elijah collapses. Richard wakes to the sound of his children calling his name, but they've been gone for nearly a decade. He also sees a handprint on a glass. Elijah is placed in a secure holding area while Richard figures out how to handle the situation, but the confinement unsettles him. In a panic, Elijah breaks free. Confused and frightened, he lashes out at someone trying to help and flees into the city.
Please, get up. Get up.
Cass and Fleur find the woman injured. Richard and Stella want to avoid widespread fear or violence. They send Cass and Fleur to find Elijah quickly, hoping to bring him in before the XPs take matters into their own hands.
Be careful out there. Understand?
Jack wants to get involved, but Richard refuses. Julius goes to the hospital to make the injured woman talk against the ACs, but she refuses, saying Elijah didn't mean to do it.
Stupid woman. You don't know anything.
Lily shares classified information about Elijah with Tipper, who then broadcasts it across Fort Haven.
And while he was here, he attacked and injured some poor woman.
Fleur sees Elijah and chases him, but as she is about to fall from the roof, Elijah helps her up. He begs her not to send him back, and she promises.
I promise.
Elijah tells Fleur and Cass that he used to be experimented on, and Richard is involved. To find out more, Cass goes to Richard's office and steals a document. After he comes back, Cass chooses loyalty to Richard instead of siding with Fleur. This made Fleur angry, and she went out with a flare gun to reach Rudy. Cass is left with Elijah and they start talking. Suddenly, a thunderclap made Elijah freak out and attack Cass. The next morning, Fleur comes back with Rudy to take Elijah. Cass goes out to create a distraction as the two go out.
I'll make sure everything's set. You wait for me to return.
But Cass works with XPs and betrays Fleur and the ACs. Jack and the others throw a smoke bomb and Jack shoots Elijah. Stella is furious with Jack, whose poor handling of the situation only adds to the chaos. Trying to make things right, Jack reveals something unexpected, a fossil shaped like a human found beyond the city's boundaries. Stella shows Richard the fossil. Cass apologizes to Fleur, but she is angry at him. Heartbroken, she tells him she can't trust him again, but hugs him for comfort. Richard goes out and sits alone. Suddenly, his two children arrive. Even though they are not real, he wants them to stay.
I don't want you to leave.
Stella goes to Richard to have a conversation. Richard, in a serious tone, tells her that he can feel his children's existence.
My children are here.
In a bar, a strange old man walks in and asks for whiskey. He claims there are bodies outside the settlement. He also says he's been living near the ocean, a place long thought too radioactive for human survival.
Radioactive?
Don't believe everything they tell you.
Lily asks for an ID and his payment methods. The man takes out a pouch and spills diamonds all over the table.
Hey, old style.
A fight quickly ensues in the bar. Cass and Fleur walks in, but the old man flees. They finally found him, and he offers to show where the diamonds were. Fleur wants to arrest him, so he runs away.
Excuse me, excuse me.
Stella goes to Jack to tell him she recognizes the man from his description. He's actually Patrick Baxter, one of the original explorers on Carpathia, a man who vanished after killing his superior officer. They are worried that Cass and Fleur are with him.
If they're with him, then they're in big trouble. Let's go.
Cass and Fleur reconnect with the man and start to follow him to where the diamonds are. But suddenly, armed men surround them.
Looks like we've got a situation.
The man talked to the armed men. He then told Cass and Fleur they could pass if they handed him their weapons. When they do, he throws it off of a cliff.
Most of the time. No!
Stella leaves the settlement, bringing Jack along for backup. They try to catch up, but are attacked by ACs.
We're gonna run over there. Keep going in zigzag.
Jack's tracker is killed, and Stella and Jack start a fire exchange. Out in the wilds, Cass and Fleur slowly realize the truth. The man is Baxter.
To land on Carpathia was called Patrick Baxter.
Back in Fort Haven, Julius uses the diamond story to his advantage. He spreads word of the discovery, sparking a frenzy. Workers abandon their duties to chase riches. Lily is attacked by people who wanted to steal the diamonds.
Light does not lie in precious stones.
Baxter reveals that he survived 11 years alone thanks to the companionship of his old dog from Earth. But Cass and Fleur dismiss it as delusion.
Give up. You had a fever. You were hallucinating.
Eventually, Cass and Fleur reach the ocean. To their shock, it's real and it glitters with diamonds, a strange phenomenon known as the diamond tide. Back with Jack and Stella, they keep walking, looking for the two officers. Suddenly, they are attacked by insects. Acting fast, Stella gives Jack epinephrine shots, saving his life.
Okay, just breathe.
Baxter walks into the ocean and collapses. Cass and Fleur run to pull him out, but he is already dead. Stella and Jack reach the ocean, but there is no trace of Cass and Fleur. Stella sees a device on the ground and realizes it is a time machine.
It's a time machine.
At the same time, Cass and Fleur, having lost their way, come back to the beach and reunite with Stella and Jack.
Stella!
Fleur.
Stella goes to the ocean and sees remnants of human bodies. These are the bodies that Baxter was talking about. At night, while the group is sitting around a fire, a small dog walks around the beach, even though there are no animals in Carpathia. Meanwhile, Julius transmits a message to someone or something. He reveals that Richard is compromised, and he is trying to live some sort of utopian dream. When 3 expeditionaries vanish beyond the settlement, Fort Haven fears the worst. One of them, Brian's wife Marie Docherty, is the last woman to become pregnant in Fort Haven. She goes to Stella to make sure her husband is coming back safe.
Mr. President, is Brian coming back?
The team that is out looking for them sees a flare gun signal. Jack is notified of that, and he quickly goes out and joins them.
Let me give you some support.
Why do I think I know what that means?
Then, after 2 days, one of them, Josie Hunter, suddenly returns. Her family and the community welcome her back, but something about her is off. She seems disconnected.
I was back left of the chevron.
At the same time, Brian's wife goes into labor. Back at the house, Stell notices how weird Josie is acting by the way she is interacting with her kids.
You all right, Mum?
Jack and his crew find an injured man, Clark Johnson, one of the 3 expeditionaries. They rush to his side to help him, and the man reveals that ACs didn't attack them. Josie did.
Josie attacked us.
Josie is arrested and placed in past detention. At the same time, tensions with the ACs reach a breaking point. After learning the expeditionaries had plotted to kill him, Rudy retaliates by sending 2 men to sabotage Fort Haven's power plant.
And deal a fatal blow to Fort Haven.
Stella picks up a distress signal from outside the settlement, and it's from Josie. After this, she rushes to Richard and tells Richard about it. Stella begins to suspect the woman in custody may not be who they think she is.
Something's just happened. I've just heard Josie on the radio.
Rudy's men destroy the power plant as ordered. The blackout that follows throws the settlement into chaos.
What happened?
One of the people most at risk is Marie. With no electricity, her labor is turning dangerous. Both she and her baby's lives hang in the balance. Meanwhile, the power failure opens the prison doors, allowing Josie to escape. Cass and Fleur come back to Fort Haven after going out to look for the real Josie.
We didn't find Josie.
Well, I must have been hearing things then.
After some time, Rudy's men attacked, but Cass, Fleur, and Jack overpowered them. Cass goes to Josie's house but finds it empty. She's taken her children and vanished.
Josie!
The next morning, Josie returns alone, confused, injured, and unaware of recent events or where her children are. She's taken back into custody.
I need to see my children.
She is interrogated, and she explains she went to get water, and a light flashed on her. She then hears the voices of men and women. It was the voice of Cass and Fleur. That was it.
You're lying. You're not better than that AC dog behind you.
Cass starts to suspect the impossible. There may be two versions of Josie. Richard orders Cass to take Josie and find her children. As told, Cass goes to the cell and breaks her out.
Put this on.
Where are we going?
Marie's surgery is getting complicated. Stella waits nervously, but when things seem to go sideways, the doctors finally delivered the baby successfully. Josie takes Cass to a place where she thinks her children might be. After a lot of searching, they manage to find them. As they are in the middle of a reunion, Jack comes with his army. At the same time, another Josie appears from behind.
That's her. That's the one who took us. Yeah.
Marie wakes up and holds her baby. Cass is trying to find an explanation about what happened earlier.
Identical. One was real.
Cass.
Julius storms into Richard's office. He warns his beliefs about a utopian nation are going to destroy them, but Richard is insistent.
I'm so sorry you chose this path.
Richard walks into his house to find his duplicate staring at the ground. The duplicate reveals they killed the previous species that lived on this planet, and the new ones will get killed too.
We'll suffer the same fate.
At the same time, Cass is thrown into panic when he discovers an anonymous note threatening to reveal who he really is. Richard and Stella are trying to find out what made Josie's replica. Meanwhile, Cass walks away from Pass and the budding connection he had with Fleur, ending up drunk at a bar. There he goes home with a stranger. The next morning, he catches her going through his things and opening a box that contains sensitive documents from his protected identity. Thinking she's the one who sent the note, he tries to stop her, but she grabs his gun and escapes. Fleur is angry that he canceled our date. At the same time, a missing person report comes in. A woman named Carla Shapiro hasn't been seen. Her husband, James, shows up with a photo and tells a story about her secret affair. When Cass and Fleur see the picture, Cass is stunned. It's the same woman he was with the night before. He stays silent, too rattled to explain anything.
We walked in the hills for the last time.
Richard, desperate to make contact with the unknown force, goes out of Fort Haven to ask the ACs for help.
And you can let her go. She won't do it again.
Sure.
Fleur follows up on a lead that Carla was seen near a house across town. When she arrives, she realizes it's Cass's place, and there's blood on the floor.
Do it, I swear.
Cass finds Clara. Cass realizes she stole the gun to kill James because she is having an affair. Just as he is about to arrest her, Fleur arrives.
What are you talking about?
Put it down.
Cass is taken into custody. Searching through his belongings, Fleur finds proof of his hidden identity. She finds out about his past life as a thug. Confronting him, she sees how deeply shaken he is and angrily leaves.
Please, no.
Later, Stella gives Cass James's diary. While reading it, Cass sees the handwriting is the same as the letter that made them think Clara is having an affair.
Tell her Shapiro wrote Carla's letter to her lover. It's the same handwriting as his diary.
Jack and Julius kill a man to use him for their political agenda. Richard asks Rudy for help, but Rudy refuses, insisting the danger lies with humans, not his kind, and walks away.
You're on your own now.
Cass managed to escape and found Clara tied up in James's workplace. James arrives and a fight ensues. Fleur arrives with her team and James is arrested. Julius addressed Carpathia, revealing the ACs attacked their settlement and showing the body of the man they killed.
Vigorous defense of our community and an all-out assault on those who threaten her.
Later, Julius communicates with the transporter he always talks to, telling them he has information about Cass. Fleur, angry and hurt with Cass, turned to Jack for comfort.
Hold me closer.
A mysterious and lethal illness spreads through Fort Haven, raising alarms among the residents. Tipper is infected. Richard and Stella start to suspect that their recent attempts to reach out to the alien presence may have triggered the outbreak.
Well, that won't work, though. Not if we assume both viruses have been caused by the host force.
Julius, however, pins the blame on the ACs. Tipper is affected and is in a critical condition. His organs are devouring themselves.
And our organs are effectively devouring themselves. We don't know how much longer he'll survive.
Julius uses the chaos to his advantage, leaking damaging information about Fleur, and challenging Richard's leadership with hopes of reshaping the government.
A file which will finally turn the population against Tate.
Julius talks to Jack about this and convinced him to be on his side. Following this, the XPs come and arrest Fleur. Cass demands to know what is going on, but to no avail.
Jack!
While digging through old records, Julius uncovers details about a secret Earth initiative known as the Omega Project, linked to the ACs. He demands access to Fleur's background and uncovers her hidden origins, something Richard had kept under wraps for years.
Secrets and lies. And a direct threat to the security you claim responsibility for.
Back in her cell, Fleur demands to know what is going on. After a lot of nagging, Jack tells her she is an AC. Julius starts to smugly make fun of her.
Really? You and Tate never discussed it, even when you were reporting.
Fearing for Fleur's safety, Stella gets her out and hides her at home. Richard is told one sick person had died. There is also a new person who is sick, a young girl named Esperanza.
Girl's name?
Esperanza.
Lily goes to see Stella and asks if she can come to the house. She tells her someone is staying in her room tonight, and this made her angry. She storms out and stumbles upon Julius. She tells him what Stella said, and he realizes that Fleur is at Stella's.
Don't worry, I know where she is.
Grace.
I've called an emergency council meeting.
At Stella's, Richard discloses more about Fleur's past. She gets overwhelmed and confused and flees into the streets.
Where are you going?
I don't know anywhere.
You can't walk around the streets.
Cass follows her, trying to keep her safe. They're attacked by XPs and eventually take shelter at Tipper's place, where they find Lily.
Running away. Only place I could think of.
Back in Fort Haven, Julius pressures Richard to hand over Fleur, but Richard refuses. Instead of giving in, he steps down, passing leadership to Jack.
And at this time, that person has to be Jack.
Stella and Tate agree on a desperate plan. They'll construct a sonic barrier to shield the city from the infection.
They can send viruses to attack us. We have to find a way of blocking them.
At Tipper's place, Fleur sees that Lily is sick with the C24 virus. Stella goes to Jack and tells him her discovery. There is some kind of host force on Carpathia that is listening to them and making copies of their DNA.
We don't know. That sequence matches Tipper Malone's, I think.
Cass later sneaks Fleur to see Rudy. While waiting, he opens up about his past. Moved by his honesty, Fleur forgives him, and they share a quiet, emotional moment before Rudy arrives and separates them. Julius is threatened by the sonic barrier because it would prevent his contact with the CT-10 transporter he was scheming with. But his attempt to stop it fails because Jack decides to side with Stella and arrest Julius.
I'm taking you back to the XP base where you can't interfere anymore.
After the barrier is set, the infected people recover. As Cass anxiously hopes for Fleur's return, he watches the CT-10 arrive from Earth. It might be the last one. And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our recap. Like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.